Hi, welcome to Kindergarten at Shining Lights. I'm Miss Heather and I just want to go over a few things and highlight a few things about our day as well as show you some exciting changes to our classroom. First thing we do is we start out with our circle time. We'll do our calendar, our weather, we count the days of the week, the months of the year. One of the things we do is we count how many days we've been in school. We'll take a straw, we'll put it in our counting bucket, so we're counting and grouping, the learning grouping, ones, tens, 100s. In correlation with that, we also put a fish up around the classroom. So they get to see that number line grow and they're counting and they're recognizing numbers well past 100. And it's neat to see it start at the beginning, go around the classroom and come back almost to the very beginning. So they get to watch that grow. We have after we do that part of circle time, we'll have a devotional time, a prayer time, then a story time where we're talking about something, if it's fall, a fall story, something that would go with our theme of the day or theme of the week. After we do our circle time, we move into our language arts program. And for our language arts program, we read the Reading A to Z books. It's an online leveled reading program that highlights sight words, sounding out, decoding. They're learning how to read, they're learning reading comprehension, and each child will get a reading book that will go home with them. You get a reading log, you get to read with them at home. I will read with them individually. When they complete that book, you'll get a new reading book that will go home with them as well. You also get a ring of sight words that they get to go over with you at home. This will go home the first day of school with your child if it hasn't already. You get to review them, learn them, practice them, as well as we'll practice them in the classroom. For our math curriculum, we're learning a variety of different math concepts that is built on things they've previously learned as well. We're learning addition, subtraction, simple fractions, weight, measurements, telling time. We'll start off telling time by the hour, and then we build on to telling time by the 5. For our behavior management system, we have behavior charts. So if they've done a really good job in the morning, I'll give them a dot. And if they do a really good job in the afternoon with no reminders, no timeouts, nothing like that, they get another dot. And then when they build up their chart, they can pick from treasure chest. One of the neat things we've done last year and in previous years, when they fill up the chart, they get a choice. They can either cash in that filled up chart right away and get something for treasure chest, or they can save it and build up for a class party. Now, in order to get a class party, they all had to build it up and save it. Very beginning, they really want to cash it in and get that prize right away. But toward the end of the year, they want to save it for a class party. It would be something like pajama day, something fun, something different for them. They can also get tickets. If they get caught being good, being extra good, extra kind to a friend, they can get a ticket and put it in their bag. And then that can accumulate and count up to also getting something from the treasure chest or an extra dot. In the afternoon, it depends on the day, but we're doing an art activity. We're also doing social studies, history. One of the big things we do in our classes, we do study of the states. So they're learning a state or two a week, talking about that state, learning about the state flag, the state flower, something special about that state. And they're also doing a book. So you'll get a book that will go home at the end of the year that will be bound for you, visiting the 50 states, and it'll show something about that state as well. So they're writing about it, journaling, and then coloring the bird, the flag. And they're able to identify it as well. With our state study, we have a travel log wall where we post pictures of different places we've been with our families through the years. We've got, some of us have visited the Statue of Liberty, Cape May. So if you've been someplace special recently, or even not so recently, you can send in a picture of your family at that place, and we'll post it on our wall. And it's neat to see just how many places we've all visited over the years. We also have a timeline that will go around our wall. That timeline helps us understand where different things we've learned about in history relate to where we are in history. So at the very back of the room, you'll see our pictures. So You can see where we've been. If you want to send in a baby picture of your child, we'll post them on the wall. That helps them see where they relate to in history. One of the other things we do in the afternoon is journaling. So they're learning writing. They each will get their own journal. They can write about a story. Beginning, I'll give them a simple sentence that they can copy off the board. In the fall, I will. They'll copy that, and then they can add to it. Beginning of the year, they're all wanting to know, how do you spell? How do you spell? And for this, I like their creative spelling. Tell me the sound you hear. What do you hear? So they're putting their phonetic spelling, and then they're illustrating it. It's neat to watch this grow, because by the end of the year, they've got that. They're doing the phonetic spelling, and while it might not be spelled right, you can tell what they've written. One of the exciting changes we have this year to kindergarten is we've each got desks this year, big kid desks. And these big kid desks are helping with the times, social distancing. They each have their own space. They each have their own individual desks so they can put their things inside of it. Also, due to CDC guidelines that require groups of 10, so we've divided the classroom, as you can see with our shower curtain, into groups of 10. So there's a group of 8 on one side, a group of 7 on the other. They're each learning the same thing, but they're in 2 specific groups. So they're not spreading as many germs, keeping them as safe as possible during this difficult time. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email me at any time. I'm looking forward to a wonderful year.